Drew with Guns America's Hunt 365, and today I'm going to walk you through the typical gear I would take with me on a coyote night hunt here in Idaho. So I'm actually going to be testing out some gear and trying some new stuff from Armasight. I've got a new pack from Everlystock that I'm going to be trying, their new E-mod system. So let me just quickly run you through some of this. So first of all, check this out. So this is an auto gear bag and it held the helmet. And Armasight is making a really cool setup where you can buy this as a package if you really want to. But the way that this works is it comes with a Team Windy helmet all set up here. So you put this helmet on, and then you got you got a PBS 14 here made by Armasight that is mounted on this Raven Group bridge that handles the PBS 14. So it mounts right here with this screw. So this is your PBS 14 here. This is actual night vision, right? And it's Gen 3 white phosphor. It's great. It's the model of specifically the Ghost Pinnacle PBS 14 from Armasight. And then on this side is the Armasight Sidekick 640. It's a 19mm objective thermal. And the idea here is you mount these together. They're both 1 power. And when they're mounted on the helmet, your eyes actually see both images and combine them, so you get the benefits of night vision, the actual recognition, you're seeing things, with the detection ability, that white hot pop of the thermal sidekick. So the thermal sidekick, as you can see, is actually smaller than the PBS 14. It doesn't weigh anymore. I mean, it's really light, easy to control. The menu is super simple, and they've just done an update like literally in the last couple days that makes it substantially better image. So this mounts onto your mount here and locks in. And you want to make sure that it locks, or because you don't want to drop this. This is worth a lot of money. And then you simply put this on your head and you push this button and these pop down in front of you. You turn them on and you can run both night vision and thermal at the same time. Now, if you go to get on your gun and shoot, you can pop the night vision up out of your way. You can still scan with the thermal and see a coyote coming in. I should have tucked the chin strap. And you can get right on your rifle scope. You want this back down, you can do this. Now, let's say you're driving and you want your lights off. You can pop the thermal up out of the way and drive with the PBS 14. If you didn't know, thermal does not work through windshields. So that is why you would need to do that. This Team Windy helmet's nice though. It's got all the pads. It's got the, I can't think what they call this, but it's got this quick adjust that you just spin this and it tightens down on your head. I need to get some sort of a counterweight back here because this is a little front heavy right now and it gets uncomfortable after a long time. But that is the setup right there for scanning, for finding, for seeing coyotes coming in. I also am going to carry this Everlystock Recon on my chest. It lets me put an extra mag in here. I could put a handheld if I wanted it. I don't need it with this setup, but I can also put the remote control in. In the daytime, I would carry my binoculars in here though. So this is the new E-mod pack system from Everlystock, and so as I start just pulling stuff out here, I'll run through what it is. So the rifle in here is a POF. And it's in 5.56. It's got their 14.5-inch handguard. It's got a 9-position adjustable gas block on it. It's what else? Oh, it's got that roller cam in it. I mean, this is a really premium, nice rifle. It's got a 3.5-pound single-stage trigger. And then the adjustable gas block is huge though because I want to be suppressed. So the 9 positions means that I can tune this where it's not over gassed. I love the charging handle on it. I got a loaded mag in here, so I'm going to take this out. By the way, I'm shooting Nosler's Barmageddon 5.56 ammo here. So just clear this, make sure it's clear. But their charging handle is ambient huge, and the way it's shaped, it actually doesn't send much gas back in your face. It's a premium rifle. Love the stock on here. Adjustable. I went ahead and added the suppressor, and I added the key lock, or the Arca rail right here into the key mod of the handguard, so I can attach it to my tripod, and I'll show you that in just a second. But it's just a little simple aluminum piece here you attach in, and then it just quick attaches to your tripod. I shoot everything in the dark off of a tripod. So this suppressor I'm using is the new anechoic Anacox, and it's a flow-through design. It's a 30 cal suppressor, but you can see there's holes around this, and it allows less gas to be pushed back into your chamber, making your gun dirtier, less gas in your face. This would work on a 300 Ultra Mag if you wanted it to. Obviously, a 5.56 is a little overkill. But that's the story there. Now, this is the Armasight Contractor 640. It's a 50mm objective. This has the best controls of any thermal I've used. It's super simple to turn it on and off. You can use it with gloves. I mean, literally turn it on, you push down and turn that. And yet it doesn't get bumped on in your pack. And then both menus are controlled by these two really big tactile buttons. Or not buttons, knobs that turn really easy. This thing is pretty great. I also love how quick and easy it is to pop on and off. As you can see, it does not move, it holds 0, and it goes right back on the way that you wanted it to. So that's pretty sick setup. In this is the new Everly Stock E-Mod, and really what this is it's like a bunch of different packs combined together. This is my tripod. That's what I'm using. It's the Really Right Stuff with the anvil head. And I can just show you how that rifle clips in really quickly here. So we're not going to stand it all the way up, but normally I would set this up as standing, but this just comes in here like this, drops like that, and you flip that, and then you have the ability to pan this around, and you can stand and you shoot off of that. So that's the rifle setup with tripod. So this E-Mod pack system, actually you have a few options for things here. Right now I have the scabbard on it, but this is a top little bag and it attaches on, but because I have the scabbard and I'm using it with my rifle, I popped it off. So there's a scabbard here. You can see it comes out down here, so I can carry my rifle in this. It's got this pack here, and I've actually got my call in there right now because I literally am getting ready to leave tonight. And so I've got a Lucky Duck Revolution in there. That's my favorite call, is the Lucky Duck. Has phenomenal sounds on it. I've called in a ton of coyotes with that. And this pack is pretty cool because it's got these wings. You can put spotting scopes, water, stuff on. They snap together. I can just pinch my tripod in there. I don't have to strap it in, and it'll ride. It just snaps together. There's more accessories as well. Like, for example, you could pop this backpack off if you wanted. It's just zipped on. Let me just show you really quick here. You can zip this off. And there, it actually is its own separate backpack. It only weighs like 1 pound and 5 ounces or something. You could actually roll with this if you needed to. It also, this is a medic bag, and I'm not running this for obvious reasons. I don't need it on a coyote hunt. But this medic bag is sick. So check this out. This would zip into the pack. And you got all these cases, compartments, bungees. These are separate bags that rip out. So if you're a medic, or you've got tools, or you got things that you need to be able to access, just get them out of there. But the way this works is this would zip in over the top of the scabbard. You would then buckle this pack on top, and then you could literally close. I mean, it can be a system is what the idea with the E-Mod is. So obviously I'm not running this one right now. I'm running the scabbard and this, but it's a frame. I mean, it's got an aluminum frame here, and it's super light. They lightened up a lot of this. It'll still carry a lot of weight though. And the other cool thing is, if you're into tactical stuff, I have a plate carrier. This is designed to work over the top of a plate carrier. So you can run a plate carrier. We'll probably do something on that later. So sometimes I'm not the one that has to carry the call, and so I don't bring a backpack, and all I do is carry my gun. I'll extend the legs on my tripod out, and I'll lock this, and I'll carry the gun just like this, straight up, so there's no chance of pointing at anybody. And the legs kind of balance. You can actually walk along with nothing there. But it's nice, especially when it's dusty, to be able to cover up your optic and your suppressor. So this is a new product by Everly Stock. It's called the Impact, and it's got a suppressor cover that you just slide over the top of the suppressor. And then it's got the scope cover in this, adjustable for the length of whatever you got going on. And those just snap on. And it beats having to carry an entire case around, especially out in the field. It's way lighter. And then your optic is protected, covered up, it's padded. Your suppressor, if it's hot, isn't going to burn anything. And you got this handle here that you can carry the whole thing with. So this is actually a pretty cool new product from Everly Stock called the Impact. All right, so that's the basic gear that we're taking out. Of course, I'll have a headlamp. I'll bring some leather gloves. I don't like touching coyotes, and I'm not, you know, with bare hands without having a way to clean up. So, but we'll see you in the field. Hopefully we get some coyote shot. All right, so I spent some time out the other night doing some coyote hunting, did some nighttime hunting. It's a lot of fun because you see a lot of animals at night oftentimes. I bet I saw 10 to 20 coyotes. We weren't out long enough to call them all, and they were kind of packed up. There was some with 4 in a group, which was kind of weird for this early to me. But got some footage, got one shot. So here's what happened on the one that we got shot. There was 4 more coyotes back behind him, and they didn't come in. He came in by himself. And when the recording starts here, you can see him at 200 yards, but there's a whole bunch of brush covering him up. And while I'm pretty sure I could have shot him at 200 yards, it's not too hard of a shot, especially with this setup. I thought he'd come closer, so I waited, and he came in through the brush, and I missed him the first time he stopped. I didn't see him, and so I got on him just as he was showing himself, and then he started moving again. He got out to the clearing, stopped, and then I made a perfect shoulder shot on him. You see him kind of run off, but he was just right there. We grabbed him, got some video for you of him. There was more coyotes out there howling at us, but we decided to call it a night and go to bed. I also got you some footage of what it looked like to zero at 100 yards. I think there's a couple shots on there that I hit record on. So I just take a hand warmer and shake it up good, and then fold it in half and tape it to a cardboard box. Gives me a great aiming point at 100 yards. I think there's a deer. Obviously, you don't want to use this for illegal purposes. You can't hunt deer or big game with this, but I wanted you to just kind of see what that looked like. So there's some deer in here. You can see some horns on this little buck. He's small, but you can actually see the horns on him. You can also see behind the buck at some point there's a couple coyotes running around in the background, and they're quite a ways out there. So I've got a few different footages of you for coyotes that are, you know, 500, 600, 700 yards away, and they're not shots you're going to want to be taking with this optic, but you can certainly see them, and wanted to show you that. I also just want to point out that what you can see through the scope and what actually records on video and what you're seeing are not the same. What you see through the scope is definitely better. As far as night hunting goes, some of the biggest things that you have an issue with, at least that I do, is in the pitch black with no light, running your optic. So one of the best things about this optic, this Armacite I found is that this right here, and I don't know how well you can see this, I'll tip this down so you can see, but this is how you turn it on and off. You can do it with gloves on or in the dark. You can just feel it, and that is now on, and it starts up very fast. There's only 2 menu buttons here, and this one actually works as a zoom. And then you can push these in for selections. If you want to record video, it's this button right here. It feels different. It's rubbery. You can feel it in the dark. This literally is the best optic I've ever used in the dark for being able to run the menus, turn it on and off, and not wonder which button you're pushing and hitting the wrong button. So as far as that goes, it is the best. It's made in America, you know, all the good things about Armacite. Now, this rifle worked great for me. No issues whatsoever. Functions. The trigger is important because it allows you to make those better, more precise shots. I felt 0 gas in my face, nose, or eyes as I shot this, which has to do with the adjustable gas block and just quality setup with the charging handle. And then this suppressor did just fine as well. It's got that sort of flow through technology, so you're not getting quite as much back pressure when you're shooting these ARs. Anyway, guys, let us know in the comments if you've night hunted before and what your setup looks like. So this is my main thing. This is what I got to have is a thermal, an AR, a tripod, and a call, and man, I can kill stuff all night long. That's legal to do. So tell us in the comments what you think, what you use, what the ultimate setup is to you, and we'll appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the next video.